Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. And I just want to ask you all, how has your weekends been going? My personal weekend has been pretty nice, pretty chill. Not much going on, honestly. I've just been like kind of taking some time to myself, not been really looking at the charts, and I think that that is in the best interest of everyone else as well. If you could take some time away from the charts, take some time away from the market, go on a nice little walk, maybe spend some time with family or friends, whatever. It is the best advice that I could give you guys, because again, like, I know that crypto is 24/7. It doesn't mean that you have to be, in this market 24/7 and basically make it, your everyday life. It's a very challenging thing to do. I understand this market is addicting, especially when you're seeing green, you're seeing red. This market is constantly moving. There's constant news coming out. There's so many announcements, and I get it, but trust me, you will love the idea of stepping away, taking a breather, and then coming back. It's a great way to really kind of not only find a balance, but also kind of disconnect. And talking right now actually about the market, we have been seeing some nice price action. I'm still waiting to see if Bitcoin is going to have that pullback to about like 22 point roughly like 6K. We did get the run up to about like 20, I think it was like 24 point. Yeah, it was like 24.5K exact, and we did reject off of that level. There was quite a bit of resistance up there, so we're definitely watching that closely. Today is the weekly and monthly candle close, so I'm definitely keeping a close eye out on the market. I'm not taking a step back today. XRP is up about like almost 6%, up about 7% on the 7-day span. I know that we hit like 40 cents on a few exchanges. Yeah, we were at like 40 and a half cents. That was something pretty interesting to see. It was the first time that we were back above 40 cents for a while. On the 7-day span, you guys do see some altcoins doing some nice moves. Obviously, like BTCST is like doing insane. But ultimate, like most altcoins right now are actually doing pretty nice moves, double-digit figures. On the 24-hour span, there has been some nice green as well. Filecoin, Oasis, Gala, some of them have been doing very well. And HBAR actually was one that was performing pretty well as well. Now, talking about this market and actually talking about things happening around this market, I will say this. I'm going to warn you guys ahead of time that there's going to be a lot of individuals that do get extremely bullish on this market. Shout out to Game of Trades out there, but we do see here, the dollar, DXY, has broken its parabola. There's only one way a broken parabola ends, and of course here you guys have that, where we are breaking down below this like trend line going all the way back to May of 2021, by the way. And you do see us kind of breaking down below it. I actually have the dollar open over here. A few levels to watch for is a back test, a major resistance going back as far as like March of 2020. But the reason why we have been watching this and the reason why we have been, really kind of eyeing the dollar breaking down to a significant low is, of course, going back to like March of 2020, where we did have this major run up. I mean, this was like a multi-year run up from like the 2018 bottom, aka the bear market of crypto. This is when it really kind of started. And it did a massive run up. And this is where, March of 2020, aka COVID, came in. And this is when like crypto basically crashed, and then all of a sudden the dollar started to crash, and this is when everything changed. This is DeFi summer. This is when crypto started to pick up some traction, and we're basically at that point in moment in time yet again where we are waiting to see on if we are going to have a massive rejection back down to like some nice lows, or if we're going to just back test support and continue even higher. A lot of people actually think that we will see a major blow off top, and I know that this gets very tiresome in this market, but this is actually what I have been hedging myself, towards around like, not only accumulating a ton of altcoins when we do see like major bottoms being formed. This is also why I have been buying quite a bit of like altcoins, like even LCX, for an example. It's because of something like this. So we do see here, nobody seems to get what is ahead of us. And this is coming from a macroeconomist, Henrik Zeberg. Major blow off top before largest crash in markets since 1929. Below IWM, similar developments in other U.S. indices. And here you guys have a little bit of a chart on this, more so kind of going back all the way up to like the 1618 up here. This would be a perfect, nice final wave 5 rally. And yes, this could happen This could stretch out a little bit in time. Like, for an example, this could happen roughly around like the 2023 timeframe, mid 2023, which is more so expected. But it could happen, sooner than later. It doesn't really matter on the time frame of it. But this is basically what I have been hedging myself, towards, is having that massive Wave 5 rally, aka that blow off top, before, of course, the massive crashing point, which would be a 75 to 80% crash. This would be a very significant drop in the market, but this is basically what we would be watching for closely. And of course, during this entire time, we will have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, followed by an ABC correction, which the C would be the bottoming area around like 2024 into 2025. And then, of course, the next major bull run cycle would most likely happen within like the 2025 to like 2026, possibly around that area, maybe even into like possibly 2027. And also from Henrik Zeberg himself, again, we are going to have a double dip recession. First dip is now, not really considered a recession, then bounce in the economy and major rally in markets to all-time highs before rollover, into most severe recession since 1929. You heard it here first. I will explain on live show tomorrow, and I definitely advise you guys to go check him out. But the funny thing about this is this would actually play perfectly into the midterms, as well as like it's basically to catch everybody off guard, because right now everyone is actually hedging themselves against a recession. Everyone that I talk to that is not even an economist or even in finance or even invested into crypto is all saying, hey, I can't wait to buy cheap, for an example, real estate, and I can't wait to buy cheap stocks. I can't wait to buy this cheap, that cheap. Everybody thinks that we're going much, much lower, but I actually do advise you guys to please pay attention to that, because if you follow the herd, you will be hurt. I always look into the opposite factors, and the opposite factors would be something like this, where we do have that run up, this mass run up in the market where everybody kind of goes in and FOMOs in, and then all of a sudden we have this massive crashing point, which I have been addressing for a little bit of time. I have been positioning myself, towards having that Wave 5 rally, which again, I've always said, it's not guaranteed to happen. Don't, think that anything in this market is guaranteed, but this is what I have been, really kind of looking into and hedging myself towards. And we also do see here, this is a tweet that I tweeted out, but it's quoting a tweet from yet again another macro research individual at GMI. And we do see here, yikes, now here's a scary chart. Over 80% of global countries are experiencing inflation above 6%. And I quoted this saying, the global economy is seriously hanging by threads. We aren't in a recession. Inflation will be back to 2%, which this is what Jerome Powell said. And I said, it's all smoke. Don't play into their game. They are sugarcoating what's real. Now, the reason why I mentioned this tweet is going back to this with this melt up, right, in the market. I do believe that is actually going to be caused by them, sugarcoating the markets and really kind of sugarcoating what's real out there. I think that everybody is, very, very, clear-minded on what's happening around, this entire market, around, the economic structure as well, and around inflation. Everyone's aware of it. But I think that this is why we will most likely see a melt up in the market, as everybody is expecting, of course, the worst. But I think that we will have, some sort of stabilization. In fact, we could have already have seen our bottom within crypto, and of course equities. It looks like they have formed their bottoms for now, and then we will have that major run up, and then we will have that followed crash, which would be the worst crash since, of course, like 1929. And talking more so about crypto now, when we really kind of look at crypto, things that we have been watching for is a secret plan unfolding behind Washington. And we actually do see here, this is from Hester Pierce, which is an SEC commissioner. I think that she has been one of the real ones from the SEC, to be completely honest with you guys, because she has been in support of crypto and clear regulations. And this is a tweet from Crypto Airy, and we're seeing here, I think there's also been in Washington a bit of desire to see crypto just disappear. And listen closely to this.
But I think there's also been in Washington a bit of a desire to see crypto just disappear. And I think people are realizing that that's not likely to happen. So maybe that will help people to think about where regulation is appropriate. But as you said, I mean, we have to bear in mind that people should be free to engage in transactions when both sides are willing to engage in that transaction. And so there needs to be a good reason for a regulator to step in the middle of that.
Right, balancing free trade, balancing freedom of financial innovation with the threat of fraud or the threat of some sort of financial instability. To that point, as you said, people hoping it's going to go away. It has not. In fact, it's become even more intertwined with the financial system in different aspects.
And yeah, I mean, like, that is the gist of it. Like, a lot of these major players in the banking sector want crypto to disappear. I mean, we've seen this happening from JP Morgan. We've seen it happen from Goldman. Many, financial institutions have in the past talked down on crypto, and since then have started to not only innovate around it, but also even adopt it. And it's funny that we are seeing that major shift, but I also do believe that we will see that major shift from governments as well. But I do believe that Washington is trying to, make crypto disappear, or I should say, overregulate it to the point where, it stifles innovation, and crypto essentially just does not become as big as it was meant to be. And we are basically seeing that happening from the SEC themselves. In fact, shout out to Jeremy Hogan for this, but we do see here, well, this just reinforces that, what we already know. The SEC is coming for the exchanges. What are crypto trading platforms? Office Hours with Gary Gensler. And this is, of course, from the SEC's, YouTube channel. I don't even want to watch it, to be completely honest with you guys. But, if you do want to go check this out, you guys are more than welcome to. It's about 3 minutes long. If you wanted to listen into it, you guys are more than welcome to. I personally just don't care to. But it's more so kind of about the SEC trying to target exchanges, which we've discussed, I think, in like the last 2 videos, I believe, as well. I do believe that is going to happen. In fact, I think that some of the largest exchanges within the space are going to be put in the crosshairs and will become a target of the SEC, just because it is very easy for them to go after exchanges when they are trying to say that, guess what, every single crypto besides Bitcoin is a security. They basically have all the ammunition that they need to go to war with these exchanges. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. Definitely join that Discord if you guys haven't already. There's a ton of free gems in there. Everybody's talking, everybody's hanging out. There's a huge section on charting. There's a huge section on just basically news and media and things like that. It's a very nice Discord, and it's also a nice Discord to kind of just talk, nonsense, if you will, and kind of get away from the market. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't already. But also, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.